Michael Jordan versus Magic Johnson, the epic one-on-one matchup that never happened in 1990. An article published on FadeAwayWorld.net, written by Titan Frey. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, arguably the two biggest NBA stars were Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson. Magic dominated the 80s, winning 5 NBA titles. Michael Jordan became a scoring sensation, MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year winner in the 1980s. Jordan would go on to become a 6-time champion in the 90s, and he'd go down as what most people would call the GOAT of basketball. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, everyone who loved the game of basketball wanted to see one matchup above the rest: Michael Jordan versus Magic Johnson. This will become a dream come true in 1991 when the Chicago Bulls faced off against the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals. I think all basketball fans remember what happened there. After the Lakers stole Game 1 in Chicago on a Sam Perkins game-winning 3, the Bulls won 4 straight games to win the franchise's first title. There were some memorable moments from both Jordan and Magic during the series. Who can forget Jordan's switch hands layup in Game 2? What some people may forget is that incredible layup was Jordan's 13th consecutive made field goal. Jordan had other big moments in the series, including hitting the game-tying jumper over Vlade Divac to send the game into overtime in Game 3. Magic's squad may have lost the series, but that doesn't mean the Magic Man struggled. In the deciding game, Game 5, Magic dished out 20 assists. He also showed flashes of dominance on the offensive end by using his size advantage against Jordan in the post. This head-to-head matchup was great for fans to see. But did you know these two stars almost played a one-on-one game against each other in 1990? This was the greatest game that never happened. Jordan versus Magic, the one-on-one game that almost happened. In 1990, Magic Johnson came up with an idea. This idea was to play arguably the greatest one-on-one player in the game in a one-on-one matchup in Las Vegas. This was going to be a huge pay-per-view event that was dubbed King of the Court. The matchup in Las Vegas would feature 2 15-minute halves. So, the players would play like a regular game with a time limit, not to a certain point total, as in most one-on-one games. The winner of the game would then take home a $1 million prize. Magic was all for the idea, obviously, since he came up with the idea. Jordan, on the other hand, was a little skeptical at first. Let's hear from Jordan as to exactly why.
Welcome back to the Laker pregame show. I'm Roy Firestone. You know, one of the hot topics of the new year has been Magic and Michael, EJ, and Air J. A made-for-TV one-on-one pitting Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan, maybe winner-take-all. Well, we caught up to Michael J. the other day. For openers, we asked if the original proposal featured Larry Bird instead of Magic.
The first I heard it was Magic, not Larry.
Wasn't Bob Wolf behind the idea that it might have been Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, instead of Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson? But you must have had the idea, or...
No, the idea was proposed to me. I mean, I didn't originate it. It was more or less proposed to my people, and they brought it to me, and it was some things I didn't want to do about it with Magic.
What specifically?
The image of it, basically, for one thing. With me, I've been known a one-on-one player all my career, and I was trying to get away from that label to be more of an all-around player. And here you had Magic, who's been known as an all-around player and wanted to play a one-on-one situation. And my concerns was that from the public point of view, it was more or less, well, they just playing just to get a lot of money, make a lot of money. And I didn't want that image to be taken out of context, because it would be fun to play Magic one-on-one. I wouldn't mind doing it. I mean, that's something that I grew up doing, playing one of the best players in a one-on-one game. And it would be fun to do that now. But it's so much confusion involved in the situation because of the situation being more of a business proposition. A lot of money's going to be surrounded, a lot of finances is going to be surrounding, a lot of images are going to be projected from this, and a lot of concerns from a lot of people.
There was another NBA player that was not keen on the idea of Magic playing Jordan in this event. Now, there's been rumors this player didn't want it to occur because of their personal problem with Jordan, and maybe even jealousy of him not being asked to play Magic. I'm speaking about Isaiah Thomas of the Detroit Pistons. At that time, Thomas was the president of the National Basketball Players Association, and he quickly shut down the idea. Again, this came as no surprise to anyone who knew Thomas and Jordan's rivalry. I believe that this sets a bad precedent, Thomas said about the one-on-one matchup. Thomas wasn't alone in not wanting to see this big pay-per-view event happen. The NBA as a league was against the idea as well. We're not interested in seeing our players being promoted like fighters in Las Vegas, Gary Bettman, who was the NBA's lawyer at the time, said. It's a shame for basketball fans around the world that this one-on-one matchup featuring two of the greatest players the game has ever seen never happened. We'd all like to imagine how the game would have gone, and though we can't say for sure who would have won, I have my money on the Chicago Bulls star.